Well, hello there, everybody. My name is Paticus Roth, as you more than likely already know. And it has been quite some time. I'll probably be releasing a video on kind of why it's been a little while. But to kind of make it up to you guys, I'm going to be playing Risk of Rain again. This is something that people seem to really enjoy on the previous channel, and I haven't brought it over here yet. And it recently got updated with a whole menagerie of amazing things, including extra characters and an online co-op that is an alpha that is more buggier than a character from Naruto that I remember seeing on Toonami when I was a little kid. And I use the term little kid loosely because it really wasn't all that long ago, because Toonami's motherfucking back, so kind of a dated joke. Not a lot of people's gonna get it. Anyway, welcome to Risk of Rain Bait. Now, if you don't know what this is a roguelike sort of platformy 2D shooty thingy, where you kind of play as a character. You can see him walking around right there. That's one of my favorites that they actually added, and kind of just walk around, you kill stuff, you find items, and think of like a more 2D version of the Binding of Isaac. Now, we're going to go with single player. So, as our characters, we have the Commando, the Miner, the Bandit, Handy, the Engineer, the Huntress, and Acrid. The Engineer being one of my favorite. Your Commando is your run and gun and jump, mostly jump and gun character. Very simple, very easy, really. Then you have your Miner, who's your very basic melee class. He's got a lot of maneuverability, a lot of ups, lots of jumps, just a lot of ways to kind of maneuver around and stun things. Mind you, he is melee, so he does have the disadvantage of being fucking melee. Now you have the Bandit. He is one that you have to actually unlock at this point in time. Very similar to Commando, but without the ability to jump around. He can throw dynamite, which kind of moves enemies back. He can throw a smoke bomb down, which makes him invisible, and he can go for a headshot with lights out. Very powerful, although very squishy. And then you have Handy, one of my personal favorites, probably trailing behind the Engineer and Acrid. He has no manual because he's a big, mean motherfucking robot who smashes shit with his fists and a giant hammer. And every time he gets a kill, he has the ability to pick up a drone, which, when he goes out and sends it out, heals him for the amount of damage it does. So, as you can probably tell, he's melee, but he also has a lot of tank. He also has the ability to overclock, which makes everything go faster, and applies a stun to all of his attacks, which, considering how fast he can attack with overclock and then his punch, it gets pretty ridiculous. Then you have the Engineer. He's one of the newer ones, as you can see on the bottom three. He's got the ability to launch 3 balls, and we'll be playing as him, so I don't think I need to explain him as much. He can throw 3 balls, he can drop down a mine, he can pump out some harpoons, he can also lay down some turrets. And then we have the Huntress. She's kind of an older-ish style character, a lot, and as you can read up there, kiting is the word of the day. She got the ability to blink around a bit, throw a glaive, which kind of bounces between enemies. I'll call it a boomerang, but you know, you're free to call it whatever you want. You also has strafe as her auto attack, which you don't even have to aim with. She will shoot in whatever direction there is an enemy. And then he has cluster bomb, which shoots at an arrow that explodes in a bunch of little bombs. And then we have my other. I like this guy. He's fun. If you think of like a berserky kind of poisony kind of character, he goes around biting people, causes poison. You can also spit out in a line a thing of poisonous goo, and it stuns enemies, and it does quite a good bit of damage. And he can also lay down on the floor kind of like a toxic area, which slows down enemies and increases him and his allies' movement speed and attack speed. Okay, it doesn't increase attack speed. It might. I'm pretty sure it does. I don't know. I played enough of that guy to think. I'm pretty sure it does. And it also release Epidemic, which poisons an enemy, and it also spreads to other targets. It does a lot of damage, and it also applies on-hit effects, which you can get from items such as lightning and stuff like that. It's incredibly powerful, more so than I think it is given credit for. And now that I go to think about it, I think I'd rather play Acrid than the Engineer for right now. So, as you can see, like I said, it is 2D. Where's the music? I might have to actually go turn the music up. Yeah, I'll turn that up. There we go. It's a little low. I was trying to stream this the other day. The game does not, by any stretch of the imagination, like to be streamed with XSplit or anything that actually tries to grab a hold of it. It shits itself. It's very, this is early beta too. Not like that fake beta shit that a lot of games try to pass their stuff off as nowadays, but I'm getting ahead of myself. As you can see, we have some chests here, and I am picking up a little bit of gold that's just exploding out of the chests of these enemies, and I miss. How you doing, bro? There we go, throw down a little bit of poison, get a little bit more gold. I am 1 gold short of opening one of those chests over there. Let's just throw down a little bit of toxic ground, throw out the epidemic, kill that guy, and that guy's probably going to die to the poison. And the gold does come to you automatically, so you aren't, you pretty much aren't forced to go get it when you kill things, which is amazing. But let's see what we get in this chest, and it is a smart shopper. Enemies drop extra gold that is really useful early on. Aha, and I hit it. Okay, this guy will rape me. See, there you go. Look at the bottom. He did a lot of damage in one hit. These big golem guys are incredibly powerful, and you kind of have to take your time when fighting them. Although, as you can see, though, they do drop a significant amount of money. And you have to have money or else you will die. But I'm getting a lot of gold. I'm already up to 65. So we can go up there and get that 50 gold chest. And we're going to ignore that shrine down there. Because if luck was a quantifiable attribute, it would literally be my lowest ability. And there's Toxic Centipede, so that increases our AIDS powers. So we are now stronger. With that equipped, we now have the ability to, as we pass through enemies, poison them. Which stacks with all our other poison and is incredibly, incredibly bullshit. For no good reason. I don't know why it works like that, but most characters, they can't really make a lot of use of it. But Acrid over here is a giant mass of just gooey AIDS in one character. He's a lot of fun like that, though, so we're going to forgive him for now. But like I said, there was a shrine down at the bottom there. It costed only... Okay, well, there's 2 shrines. Now, these are not specifically regular gambling shrines. These are imp summoning shrines. When you activate them, it gives you the ability to kill some imps. And if you kill them, you get an item. If you don't, well, tough fucking shit. You used up one of the 2 charges on it. And you still have to pay for it again. Unless they fix that, which I don't even know. I mean, the charge thing. Because on most shrines, if you fail, it doesn't use up one of the item charges on it. But just to kind of give you an idea, I'm just going to throw down my toxic AIDS ground right here. There we go. Got them all. They all just kind of landed on my stuff down there, and we got an item for it. Now, it costs a little bit more, but doesn't really matter. So we got a sprouting egg, which heals us outside of combat. Ain't gonna do a damn bit of good for us, considering we're always gonna be in combat. But let's throw down a little bit more AIDS on the ground. There we go. This little motherfucker thinks he can run. Not today. And it looks like we got a Paul's Goat Hoof. Runs faster. That's really good for us, because that actually increases the distance that we can throw down that little messy ground at. Because the faster we move, well, the more we can put down. It may not seem like it, but that's how it works. There we go. What do we got? A Safeguard Lantern. Whenever we drop that, it pretty much just fears enemies. It's very, very good. And what do we got here? We can switch that out and get Lifesteal, but I actually kind of like the Lantern a lot. It's not really that good in multiplayer because it's a little buggy, but here in single player, it is amazing. As you will see later on when the spawns get a little bit crazier, but anyway, besides the point, what we are doing here in the game, story-wise, is we are exploring this planet because it's kind of fucked up. And, it doesn't really explain Acrid, but, you know, fuck the story. Anyway, we're exploring the planet. We are collecting these items who are supposed to be our supplies here as we explore, but as you can see, things get a little bit weird. The supplies kind of get a little bit spread out, and now we're going to go look for them while we explore the planet. Now, the main goal of each area you're in is to find the teleporter to go to the next area of the planet to just try to collect your items and just get money and survive and explore and get logs and stuff like that. Now, mind you, being in as early of a beta as this game is, it doesn't have the most intricate of storylines, which isn't in its detriment. I think the game is a lot of fun, even if it doesn't necessarily have a, you know, definable story, which I don't think games 100% need. And right there is our teleporter. So we're going to go back and activate that after we explore. You know what? Fuck it. We'll activate it. I'm fine with going into over mode. So pretty much whenever you activate this, you have 90 seconds to survive overtime. And it looks like we get probably one of the easiest bosses. And you'll see why. Okay, nope, never mind. They fixed that. Okay, so it used to be he couldn't go over rocks. He can now. Fuck that guy. And see, there we go. He kind of stomped on our faces there a little bit. But we can just kind of get all these enemies, which are spawning a lot more frequently now because we are in this more sped up mode. To just kind of walk over our... I call it AIDS. I'm not going to lie here. It's amusing, and it makes more sense than just about any other thing that you're going to call it. Just chew on all of this. We'll put this here, so any enemies who come near that get feared, which is going to knock them right back down into poison. And just poison him. Fuck this guy. Eat him. Eat him, Acrid. Here we go, we got the ukulele, and our music is now electric. Now, when I was talking about on-hit effects, this is what I meant. The ukulele gives you the ability to, every so often when you attack with, you know, whatever can proc it, the chance to proc lightning, which arcs from enemy to enemy and does quite a good bit of damage. Now, one of the more unique things about Acrid is that can actually, the disease thing can actually proc it, unless they change that, which I shouldn't have had time to because I haven't updated my game since I last did that, but I have literally seen that attached to a boss, and I had several ukuleles, and it just completely destroyed him. It was nuts. It was nuts. Alright, so let's kill all these guys. Now, these jellyfish are probably the most annoying thing for most melee characters, but Acrid can kind of play as both ranged and melee with the ability to kind of shoot out, like, the schnot, so he's pretty safe in that regard, so... We do have one enemy left remaining before we have to go back to the teleporter and move on, so let's kind of explore around a little bit more, see what items we can pick up, because I really don't like leaving without all the items. Alright, there's a shop, we get to choose one of 3 items, and we get a Monster's Tooth, which is heals after kills enemies. Drop these little green bubbly duties, which heal you after you kill them. And from here we're going to go get this, which is a cube, or it's a meat nugget. It's a cube of meat. You can tell what game I played before. It is a, it doesn't even tell me anymore. Oh no, I forgot what it is. And we have a lot of extra money, so let's go do this. This is a gambling shrine. You gamble on it and you can get items. And unluckily for me, I am usually a very, very unlucky man. The fact that we actually got a single item from this is bullshit. So, a Dead Man Foot and a Health Vial. Dead Man Foot drops poison traps when we get it at low health, and the Health Vial increases our health regen. Now, as Acrid, because we are melee, we got an ATG Missile MK2, by the way, which is hoo-ha. We'll also get this. I get in so many items, it's getting hard to explain. The Health Vial just increases our health regen. Dead Man Foot drop Poison's Bomb, which, you know, being melee, we're probably going to hit low health at one point or another, and poison on top of poison on top of poison is perfectly fine in my book. And then we got the Barbed Wire, so any enemies who come close to us get hurt. We're melee. I mean, we're probably going to play as melee. I mean, we could be kind of rangy, but that's just kind of if you want to be gimmicky, and I don't really give a shit. So let's go on down here. Right. Let's go over here and throw down the sludge so we can kill these imps that are going to spawn. There we go, and we get a spike strip. Drops spike trips on being hit. Huh. Pure, simple, sweet, out. And that is going to be Prescription. Increases damage and attack speed for 8 seconds. Not really that useful for us considering the Safeguard Lantern. We can just kind of put down at the edge of the poison stuff or in a corner and just keep all the enemies away from us as we continue to chomp on their faces. So, not really the best item for us, but we're doing pretty good. See, there we go. We got some meat chunks, which will heal us. The little red things. Might be hard to see, but still. And when you ever go to the next area, it does convert all of your gold into experience. And this is the fucking worst place we could have ever fucking gotten in the whole goddamn game. This is the one map that you can get that I hate above all others. And it's mainly because of those little fuckers. Those are called the children. And the children are giant pieces of shit, and they will rape you. But not because of who they are and what they represent, but because of who are accompanying them. When you start to kill them and when you start to fight them, they spawn parents. And parents can even spawn without them. And what do we got here? We got the Magma Worm. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy with a 10-foot pole. And that's a parent. It kind of smelled us fighting, didn't like us fighting, and we just got destroyed. Because those guys over there decided they wanted to clap their hands. Clap, clap, clap their hands. Alright, throw down the poison. Fuck you, guy. Getting on my poison crap. Alright, throw that down. Keep them away from us. No. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Run away! There we go. Poison that guy. Bite him. Looks like here we got a logbook, which gives us some information on the children, which is good. That's something that I kind of already know about. We got a soldier's syringe, which increases our attack speed, which isn't necessarily the most important thing on Acrid, but for most characters, it is a godsend like no other. There's literally no character besides Acrid who really doesn't benefit from attack speed. There we go. We got him then. That gives us Leeching Seed, dealing damage, heals us, which is good, because that heals us too. See, look at that. Tons of health back. May not seem like a lot, especially if you play most kind of games where, you know, the amount of health that we got considering how much we're getting back seems very minimal, but trust me when I say that getting health back is literally zero without items. You get no health back without items by default, and while that, you know, doesn't sound like too bad of a thing. It's pretty terrible, because if you don't get lucky and get something like where I have to leave, I have so many items to give me back health. It's fucking unreal. It really is. But, fuck you, kid. It's funny, because he literally is a kid. But, let's go up here, let's explore around a little bit. We got plenty of money. We should be able to find and open at least a few more chests. I kind of wanted to get through this area as quickly as possible, so I didn't explore as much. There's another soldier's syringe, which, fuck it, I'll take it. And what we got here? We got a rusty jetpack, which increases jump height and reduces gravity. Those things, when stacked, can really actually make or break certain characters. I know the Commando doesn't really benefit much from it because of the way that his skills work, or hers. I don't know which it is. I really don't. And lately, I've kind of gotten to a, hold on. Pachow! There we go. Alright, let's go explore around a little bit more. We'll just have them play around with the aids up there, and one of them fell off. Good job, kid. You failed. Alright, let's go explore around a little bit more. I do remember seeing this gasoline canister. Whenever you kill an enemy, it lights the ground on fire, which sounds neat, but it's pretty fucking useless, all in all. And this is the only item that I probably would imagine is more useless, and that's the head stompers. There you go. Whenever you land on an enemy from a significant height, it does damage. And that is a really good item. Reduces the cooldown on items, which, you know, we aren't really spamming out our items much, but hey, it's good. I'm not going to complain. I think I actually got everything here, so let's go spend the rest of our money on this right here. Let's just gamble all our money away, because that's like me. And we got a mortar tube. Chance to launch a mortar whenever you attack. It's pretty low chance, but as those stack up and as your attack speed increases, which... now, I realize our attack speed is pretty significant at this point. Alright, let's just throw down this crap right here. Fuck you guys. We should only have one more. It should be this guy down here. He's somewhere. Ow! There we go. Alright, let's go to the next area. Get the fuck out of this place. Don't like this place. Don't like this place at all. Also, as you can see in the top corner, we are 12 minutes and 50 seconds in. And the difficulty is medium, even though I didn't select the difficulty at the beginning, and that is because the longer you play, the harder it gets. Up to the point where the difficulty just says ha 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 ha. And if we're lucky, we'll get that far. But we should. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. I'm at least semi-decent at this game, and I know what I'm doing. And although this game does have a few little bugs here and there which can cause issues, and certain enemies that are just completely what the fuck? Go away, guy. Nobody likes you. Okay, these are the guys that are kind of annoying for most ranged characters, and that's the imps. It's the guy that's poisoned back there. Pretty much just jumps right on top of you and tries to slap your shit. And I'm not gonna take that. I'm a melee-ish character. It really doesn't bother me. Most enemies get in my face anyway. I couldn't give any more shits than any other character, but for ranged characters, it can be a humongous pain in the ass. Also, that gold increase thing is coming in amazing handy. Those red coins there are the ones that are from that, so should kind of give you an idea just how much more we're getting. We can open that up, and it is another leeching seeds. That's more health back for us, more life steal. I like life steal. It works very, very well for all characters. And I know I keep saying stuff is like, oh, for this character, oh, not. Well, you know, you haven't seen me play all the characters, which I know might not put things in perspective, but trust me, when you see some of the other characters and how they play, specifically the engineer and the commando, and pretty much everybody who is an Acrid and Hand D, your playstyle has to change up quite a bit. And there is the ATG missile crap that just kind of shot off into the air. There's the mortars too. Fuck that guy. Plenty of gold, so we can go open up this chest and we can start making our way down. We need to go ahead and just find the teleporter. Snake Eyes gain critical chance on failing a shrine. That's good for me, because I'm gonna fail a ton of them. Dude, that gives you it basically gives you 6% chance, 6% crit chance whenever you fail a shrine. And while that may seem low, like I said earlier, if luck was a quantifiable thing, blah blah blah, I'm incredibly, incredibly unlucky. It continues to be and will always be my lowest attribute. If we were going nerdy on things, and that is a bitter root, basically just ginseng, increases your max health by 8%. But yeah, luck is not my strong suit. Not generally, anyway. There are a few times where I've kind of gotten lucky, but with things, but that's more just in general luck. When it comes to stuff like that, like not wasting money on that sort of shit, no, man, it's failure every fucking time. What's up, guys? How you like being slowed? I do like that missile thing, though. It just throws off a bunch of missiles just kind of randomly that do some pretty significant damage, although the more of them you get and the more of it stacks, the better, obviously, but still. Also, I really couldn't give a shit about keeping that robot alive. The robot does take damage. Hold on. Teddy bear! I got a teddy bear! Reduces incoming damage by 20%. Now, I can't even say that doesn't sound like a lot, because that sounds like a lot. 20% is a lot. Now, I don't think it stacks, like, if you get 2 of them, it's 40%. I think it's just 20%, and then, like, I think it stacks multiplicatively, and mainly because I really don't give a shit. I'm not going to do the math right now, but the more of them you get, the better, obviously, but you can't just get 5 of them and you're just like, holy god, forever. Alright, now you may notice that the stone golem we fought earlier was kind of a grayish color, while this one in particular is yellow. Now, that is because enemies can be affected by status. They can basically just inflict status things. And this yellow one right here is going to explode. As you can see, it didn't even hit me directly, and I took a literal shit ton of damage. Like, that was a lot of damage. And that wasn't even from him so much as the shit he spawned. And that was those guys down there who hit really fucking hard because Yetis. I know, right? Exactly. And I can't see their health bars anymore. And that's really fucking trippy. Not being able to see the health bars is really dumb. But we do have so much stuff that gives us our life back, so it is not as big of a deal to take damage as if we didn't get this much crap. Whereas I said earlier, I'm not very lucky, I kind of take that back. In cases like this, it kind of proves to be the opposite. Now, it's an energy cell, we attack faster at low health. That kind of plays into the berserker aspect that I'm kind of rolling with right now. We just took a lot of damage for no fucking reason. Let's throw that up. Fuck you guys! You're all feared. Looks like our AIDS is spreading a fair bit, so that's good. Probably actually should have placed this down a little bit more up there, but we do have that one mitosis thing, which decreases the cooldown of our items, which is good. Normally, cooldown on that is fairly significant, but still. Looks like the 90-minute timer is up, the enemies have stopped spawning, and as rapid of succession, let's throw our AIDS up there, let it do its work. Hit them with that, get it to spread a little bit. Hit them again. Throw down this crap. That's a lot of people over there, too. Every time he clamps his hand, it pretty much just spawns a bunch of little more of those, I say little, even though they're bigger than me. Let's throw that up. Yeah, that's a lot of guys. And he is not as affected by the fear as I kind of wish he was. Now, the ones that don't have the status buffs that these guys have obviously a lot more health. Ergo, the amount of time it is literally taking me to beat these guys in. Sweet Jesus' tits. Every time they clap and it shakes my screen, it scares the shit out of me. But it looks like we are killing them down pretty quickly. Our AIDS on top of the ground AIDS, on top of our bite AIDS, does a pretty significant amount of damage. And also, every time we pass through them, it does activate the centipede, which we got much earlier. And at this point, it doesn't do as much damage as it did before, but it still does some pretty good damage, so I'm not too worried about it. Alright, there's a brilliant behemoth. All of our attacks explode, as you can see right there. That explosion is very, very fucking nice. Alright, let's fight him a little bit. I'm being very careful about these guys, because as you can see, the little ones take out a massive chunk of my health. So, ergo, the little bit more cautiousness that I'm putting out, which is unusual for me, as most people who know me in any capacity know that I'm usually very, very reckless. He's stomping on my face. Fuck you. Can't even imagine what it would be like if we didn't have that lamp keeping him from attacking every so often. He's also very slow. There are other enemies in this. There we go. And that is Panic Mines, which drops mines at low health. It's nice, but like, I'm not a fan of those items that, oh, if you're at low health, it does shit. Well, fuck that. I don't want to be at low health. That sucks. Alright, so we do need to explore around a little bit more over here. Let's activate the shrine. There we go, our crit chance is going up. 2. There's a mirror, which creates a shadow partner for us, and god damn it. There's a key there, which unlocks all chests for free. I don't fucking want it. You know what? Fuck. You know what? Actually, I do want it. Okay, no, I'm not gonna get it. Whatever. Anyway, it opens up chests for free, but, I mean, as you can see, money is only really an issue in the first map, because as you can see, we have tons of it, and we've opened up every single chest and pretty much used all the shrines that we've come across. Also, I'm terrible at platforming. Money isn't really that much of an issue. As long as you go to the teleporter and you do pretty well, you're going to be fine. Alright, there's another teddy bear, which stacks with the one that we have now, so I think it's about like 30%. I really have no idea how it's going to stack, but it stacks pretty alright, and I'm okay with that. It's probably 30% or something like that, who knows. Alright, so fuck. There we go. But yeah, as you can see there, you also do take fall damage, which is another reason why those head stompers, which is the item that we got much earlier on that I didn't even touch on, is really fucking dumb. You pretty much have to take damage to do damage with that. And just kind of give you an idea, and this is with the reduced gravity from the jetpack, it does a pretty significant amount of damage. Never mind. I guess the head stomp. I think the head stompers reduce damage. That should have brought me down to like 100 health. But we do have the bustling shroom and all that, so as long as we stand still, we get a ton of health back really quickly. Although I can't really show that off as much because, you know, we didn't lose as much as I wanted to, which is a weird thing to say, but whatever. We got another shrine up here to gamble on, and then we'll head out. Hopefully the next map that we get will be pretty fun. There's another spike strip, which is nice. That actually synergizes really well with our skills. And that is a knife which has a chance to bleed on hit, and that applies to most of our damage over time skills as well, which pretty much just improves our damage over time. It adds a damage over time to our damage over time, which, you know, whatever. Spike Trip synergizes really well with Acrid because if you get hit while you're in the ground aids, I can't even remember the name of it, Sludge, I think. There we go. See, there you go. That you can see the lightning effect going off on them every so often. Now, this is just another type of shrine. It's exactly like the ones that we saw before, except they're unique to this area, and they're really fucking expensive. Now, shrines, as you progressively get through the areas, are, you know, obviously going to get more and more expensive. But the ones here are just ridiculous in cost. Like it starts out at 300 and something, and the chests aren't even like 2/3 of that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Now, the unique enemies here fly, which, you know, you wouldn't imagine that, considering it's a lava place. You'd think they would be swimming in lava, but no, there they are. It's the Lemurians again. They're the guys that we fought in the very first area that kind of just walk around on the ground. And hopefully, if one decides to land instead of harassing me like an ass, you'll actually be able to see him land, and see, there we go. He is a Lemurian when he's on the ground, except I don't think he can land when he's taking damage. And because of the way we work, it's making his life kind of hard. Whatever. And these guys just try to headbutt you off cliffs and shit, but you can just pretty much jump and negate all of it. They can also just go over little bypasses like that, which kind of make them a little bit useless. They hit really hard, and they do have a pretty significant amount of health, but beyond that, it's not really a lot from those guys. Alright, let's just chew on these guys. I'm tired of them following us around. There we go. They dead. They are very, very dead. Let's go explore around down here. We got a chest. We got another jetpack. Good. Just land here, guys. Come on. I'm not gonna rape all of you. Well, I probably am, still. I don't actually have enough money for that. What am I doing? Alright. Just chew on them. We got some little robot men over there. They are really fucking annoying. I forgot about these guys. Not really what they do that makes them annoying. It's the noise that they make that actually makes them really fucking annoying. Alright, let's go activate this over here. What can we get? Another bitter root. That's good for me. It's more health. I think that stacks straight up. So where we got 8 before, we get 8% now, which is very good. And it's not of your current health, it's of your max health. There are several things that you can get that increase your health as you get it, such as infusion, which gives you more health per enemy you kill. And there's literally jack shit over here. And that's the Bitterroot stacks on top of that. So, of all the extra health stuff I get, the Bitterroot is counted last as a final 16% increase. So, or like, that's how it is at this point because I have 2 of them. If you only had 1 of them, it would only be 8%. Anyway, let's just chew on these guys. I don't want them to get stuck down here when we go to activate the teleporter and then have to come back down here. Alright, good. Just kind of chewed on them a little bit. These guys can fly, so I'm not really too worried about them. Also, the difficulty is now up to insane. We are 25 minutes and 10 seconds in. And the jetpack is starting to come a little bit more in handy. Can we jump up there yet? We might be. Not quite. Alright, let's just lay this down. Let's lay down the law. I know you haven't seen me use the one item that I got recently yet, but that's mainly just because I'm saving it for a time that we're really going to need it, and that's going to be when we activate the teleporter. And I can't remember the cooldown on it to save my life, so instead of fucking myself over by using it now, when I probably don't even need to, I'm saving it. So what can we get here? That is a fucking life saving. I should not have activated it then. There were a lot of items in that were really fucking good. Also, yeah, no, we're going back over here. But there were chests over here. And we have plenty of money now. Fuck you guys. They're robots, but they can still get AIDS. Go figure. Alright, so what we got here. This is one of the items I want. War Banner. It drops a banner on level up. And that's another War Banner. It drops a bigger banner on level up, which gives you even better bonuses. And considering we're pretty close to leveling up, and I know where the teleporter is now, we can just go over there and activate it, and chances are I'll level up near it, and then we can fight the boss with it, and that's going to make our lives even better. That, combined with our sludge that we can put on the ground, combined with the mirror that we've got, which is going to create another image of us, which also attacks, and does everything that we do, pretty much effectively doubles our damage and our stunning capabilities, is going to make this fight probably really fucking easy. Actually, let's just kill stuff until we level up over here. I think that'll be good. That way we don't have to actually fight the boss without it. Fuck you. Feel my spray. As we go look around. And there's literally nothing here. Hi. There actually are several of you guys, aren't there? And you actually kind of hurt. Fuck you guys. Alright, I just want them to die. We actually attack very, very fast now. And you know, it does a lot of damage when it connects. Alright, so fuck it. Let's just activate it. And I really, really hope it doesn't spawn the lava guy. It fucking spawns the lava guy. This guy is a cremator. And he is really fucking annoying, actually. Alright, so let's activate. Now we got a double of ourselves. Look at that damage. Pretty much does all of our attacks twice, even our aids. And it's a really good item on literally every character. And we are getting destroyed by all the shit that spawned. So hopefully we level up pretty soon. And fuck that guy. His main thing is that if you try to run away from him, he just he just shoots at you. You can shoot. He has pretty much the whole map in range, and that's really fucking annoying. That's pretty much the only thing that this guy has. I just don't like fighting him because he's really freaking annoying. Like that, I got hit by all of them at once, and it did a literal metric ton of damage. I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. I'm gonna die. Stay up here. Don't get hit. We can just level up. We're okay. I'm dead. Fucking shit. Just that one random time he just hit us with all of his shots in one conjoined little fire thing and took out all of our health. So, kind of an annoying bullshit thing, but I was pressing my luck and kind of hoping for a level up, which I was just so fucking close to, but doesn't matter. And also, here's a little bug that you can see. My class was Acrid, and I was killed by Acrid. What? Yeah, I know, it's weird. Apparently, your poison stuff on the ground does damage to you, although it does 0 damage, and if you die while on it, you are considered to kill yourself, which is a little weird, but anyway, that is, Risk of Rain with Acrid. I had a lot of fun playing this, and it feels good to actually do videos again. Like I said, I'll kind of try to hopefully explain a little bit about what's going on, and while I've been away so much, very sorry to you guys out there. I know that has made some of you guys not very happy, especially because I started up a few projects that I did not finish. Like I said, I'm very sorry about that, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Have fun out there, everybody, and it's really good to be back. Thank you.